Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my studio. This is Paint with Lovejoy. Thanks for joining me here today. And if this is your first time watching my videos, welcome. And I look forward to painting with you. For this particular video, it is structured a little bit different. It's going to be a much faster video with the time lapse in there. And I want you to use this video as just a template. I encourage you to switch out colors, do different designs on top of your skull, but just kind of see how I break down the painting and just kind of follow along those steps, but still adding your own flair and your own colors to it. So what you're going to see in the description box below is a link to a supply kit, and that supply kit is everything that you need to get started painting for this particular painting. So take a look at that, gather any extra supplies that you might need, and then move on to the next step. And the next step is acquiring your traceable. And a traceable is a way for my first time and beginner painters to get their initial composition, their initial image on the canvas before you even start painting. And it's a way to just kind of take out some of the intimidating and difficult steps for my first time painters. So in the description box below, there is a link to acquire your traceable for this painting. And then there's also a video on how to transfer your traceable. And like I said earlier, just use this video as a template. Switch out your colors. You can do a different design on your skull. You can change your skull to a different, doesn't have to be a pink skull. You can do a white or a yellow or purple, anything that you want. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I've taught this class actually many times, and I'm always amazed at how creative my students get with some of the things that they put on their skulls. So don't try to plan out your entire painting. Just take it one step at a time, and then before you know it, your whole painting will be completed. So enough talking, let's go ahead and get started painting. I hope you're ready to paint today. This sugar skull is going to be a lot of fun. And like I said in the intro, I encourage that you take this in your own direction and just use these steps as a guideline. So make sure you've got your favorite music on and make sure you take your progress photos like always. All right, so once you have your skull transferred to your canvas or your panel, you're going to take your small pointy brush and black paint and outline everything. This is doing a few things. It's getting you comfortable with the brush. I want you to play with the pressure, push a little harder on your brush for a wider line, a little lighter pressure for a lighter, skinnier line. Don't stress about this step being absolutely perfect because you will repeat these outlines after we've filled in all our paint and covered the canvas. So you'll have a chance to make these lines a little bit cleaner and a little bit thicker. So again, you're getting good practice with this. And then we'll be taking this section by section to paint the background, paint our skull, and then put our designs on there. If you're one of my first time painters, please take a deep breath right now. Just relax. You're doing a great job. And just kind of enjoy the process. This is supposed to be fun. I want you to get really creative with this. So as you're painting today, I want you to trust your instincts. And your instincts are naturally going to be guiding you in the correct direction. And especially as you do your designs, trust your instincts. Just have fun. Don't feel like you have to plan out your entire design. Just take it one color and one step at a time. And before you know it, you'll have your skull filled in nicely. And then you could actually do this painting again, switch out colors, maybe have a bit more of an idea of what you want to plan to do. But this is a fun painting to do many, many times. And with that traceable, feel free to utilize the traceable as much as you like. Transfer it to a piece of paper and use your crayons or your colored pencils or watercolor paper. Have fun. Do this many, many times. I recommend to all my students to do something creative at least once a month. If you can do it more than once a month, awesome. All right, so once you've got your outlines done, take your progress photo and pause the video. We're going to be moving into our background color, and I'm going to use the medium, the small flat brush. We're going for a light blue. So I started with the white and mixed a little bit of blue in with that. You could make this any color you want. And I do recommend that you apply this paint kind of thick think about buttering your toast or icing a cake. You want enough pigment on there that your brush is going to kind of glide back and forth, and you don't have the texture of the canvas showing through. And as you saw on the canvas, I am reusing one of my canvases. So I gessoed over it, and there will be a link in the description below to how to reuse your canvases. And it makes for really good just continuing the practice of painting. All right, and here you can see I'm taking some direct color, some blue and some white, and painting right on top of my background. And as you move your brush, the two kind of blend together. So play with that. All right, pause the video, take your progress photo. And now this is going to be the color of our skull, and this can be anything that you want. In this video, I chose a light pink, just for kind of a different kind of color. When you're doing this area, if you happen to go over your black lines, don't stress about it, because like I said, we will reapply those black lines at the end of the painting. And again, just play with your pressure, get comfortable with your brush. You do not have to paint as fast as this time-lapsed video is going. Take your time, but try to do this painting in, 3 hours or less. So that way you actually complete it and don't put it away and forget about it. All right, so here we're actually going to add a little bit more red to our pink to start creating shadows. And I'm placing that right on top of our lighter pink. And then just like in the background, blending the two colors together. Doing the same thing with white. You can kind of think of it as like contouring the skull, adding some highlights, adding some shadows. Again, they don't have to be in the exact place that I am putting them. All right, another place to pause the video and take your progress photo. And now we're going to move into the color of our roses. And you can see that I chose white, and I am completely ignoring those black lines that I painted. And the yellow is transparent enough that I can still see those lines through them. So don't feel like you have to get in between all these tiny little areas. Just kind of paint right on top of those pencil or those black lines, and we'll reapply them at the end. So I like to have all my canvas space covered, so I'm actually just using that small pointy brush and putting white paint on each of the teeth. Same with the roses. If you happen to paint over those black lines with the white, don't stress about it. Then you're going to move into putting the color on your leaves. All right, oh, and I forgot to fill in the nose with black paint. So just applying that right now. All right, another place to take a progress photo. And you are at your underpainting. So now we're just adding some other colors, highlights on top of it. You can take any of the steps that from here on out as optional. So I put some white on the flowers, added some highlights. And now I'm going into some designs around the skull. And like I said earlier, don't try to plan out your entire skull design. Just take it one color at a time. And I actually like to start around the eyes and just kind of give that an outline. As I'm watching the video, I kind of wish I had chosen a darker color for that section, but oh well, live and learn. And I'm using the small pointy brush, playing with the pressure of my brush, and just building one color after another. And just even kind of outlining some of the lines that are already there. You have complete permission to go off the beaten path, to do something entirely different. Like I said, just use this video as a guideline, a template for you to take it in your own direction. And there's some really creative individuals out there. Express yourself, have fun with it. You will notice that while you are painting, you forget for a little bit that the rest of the world for me, that the rest of the world exists. And it's just a nice space to kind of get lost in your painting. If you are having a lot of difficulty with the brush, you can let your paint completely dry, that skull color that you put on. And if you want to switch over to use Sharpie markers, you do have to use some of the darker colors that are going to go on top of whatever skull color that you chose. But Sharpie markers are an option for this painting. and they will go, like I said, right on top of the acrylic paint. Just generally darker colors work better on the lighter surface. All right, don't forget to pause the video and take some progress photos in the middle of your skull creation design. And here I go, I forgot to actually use the Sharpie marker for the curly-Q designs here. If you're using the Sharpie marker, you do want to make sure that your paint is completely dry. So that way the pigment in the Sharpie marker sticks to the painting. If you even want to use a Sharpie marker to kind of draw your design and then go over it with paint, go right ahead and do that. All right, moving back to the brush, red paint, and just adding some more details. Oh, that's right, one of my students said I should put some bling on the grill of my skull. So I think he's going to get a few gold teeth in this one. But like I said, have fun with this. Don't try to plan out the whole thing on your first try. Just have fun and let it grow. And, you know, take those progress pictures every now and then, just so you can keep that documentation. All right. He's coming together nicely. And again, as you're doing some of these designs, just kind of check in. Are you holding your breath? Make sure you relax and just breathe. This is always fun if you want to get some friends together and you guys do this video and just make an evening of it. Perfect for the holidays. Actually perfect for year-round. It is nice that the sugar skulls are gaining so much popularity and exposure to various cultures. And sugar skulls and flower skulls are just a way to honor those that have passed. If you're doing a skull for a specific person, a lot of times you would do their favorite colors, their favorite objects, or things that they found important while they were living. And it's a way for you to honor what they meant to you in your life, what the things that you learned from them, the things that you guys used to talk about. And again, it's just a nice way to have happy memories about those that are no longer here. All right, you can layer your acrylic paint. So if you want to put dots inside dots or lines inside lines, or if you need to go back over a color to make it a little more opaque, again, take the freedom to do what you need to do for your painting. Yep, and here comes the gold teeth. Very entertaining. All right, so now we're going back to those outlines that we did in the beginning. And again, you want to go back to that pointy brush or even your liner brush. And here, as you're making these lines, you do want to make them kind of thick, so that way they're overlapping some of the background and also overlapping the design. You can always reference your traceable if you painted over the lines and you can't see them anymore. Again, as you're doing this, just be kind to yourself, relax, enjoy the process, and keep your progress pictures. I want you to look back at your progress pictures in a year from now. Hopefully you are still painting for that long or doing creative stuff, and just see how far you grow in that time frame through taking progress pictures of your creations. All right, and again, mind your pressure. You can think about the brush as being a pencil and just using the tip of the brush, so that way you're just kind of holding it right above the canvas. And the more that you paint, the more that you will get comfortable with using your tools and using the pressure of the brush. So just the fact that you're painting at home takes a lot of courage. I commend you. And I'm actually honored that you're, hanging out with me while you are painting and enjoying some of the videos that I've created. Please leave comments and suggestions for other videos that you would like me to make in the future. All right. So sometimes when I've taught this class, my students have sent me pictures afterwards and made their sugar skulls, actual flower skulls, and they took fake flowers and attached them directly to the canvas. They put glitter on their canvas, they put rhinestones, feel free to accessorize your painting however you want. So I hope you had a good time, and I hope you continue to paint. Thanks for taking time out of your day to spend a little creative time with me, and I look forward to painting with you again in the future. Cheers. Hey guys, I hope your paintings turned out really cool, and I hope you like them a lot and that you switched out colors and had a good time. When you're uploading your paintings to social media, please tag me, Paint with Lovejoy. I really want to see what you guys create, and like I said in the intro, many of my students go really crazy and do some extra things with these paintings, so please send me the pictures. I like to see that. Alright, so if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, go ahead and do that. Leave some feedback. Let me know what you would like me to paint in the future. I am so honored that you took time out of your day to paint with me. I look forward to painting with you in the future and hope you have a great day. Cheers. While we wait for the plane, fucking again. Joy. Wait for the plane. We're gonna start that over.